Welcome back in, everybody. Thank you for being with us on this Sunday night, and continue shopping on that beautiful tray of jewelry that I had up in the Sterling Moments show that we just had. Right now, it's a big, big time of this weekend at JTV, as we are bringing you now the grand finale showing of Charles Winston for Bella Luce this visit. And you might want to notice that little bauble that I have around my neckline. I would not mind a bit wearing that home. It is extremely limited. We're going to talk about the necklace. We're going to start with the ring. We're going to welcome in, though, first and foremost, an incredible jewelry designer whose family in the jewelry industry dates back to, I'm not even kidding, the year 1740 at least. Charles Winston is known for his fine diamond designs, and many of his styles have graced the red carpet. And now Charles is designing for our top-selling category of jewelry at JTV, which is Bella Luce. And I know some of you have been waiting all night long for this show to start because, Charles, they've been talking to me on Facebook saying, I'm going to be there for tonight's show. I'm going to be there for you and Charles. How are you, darling?
I'm wonderful. I'm so glad to be here. Tonight is full of a lot of firsts. First, I want to congratulate officially Joel Swanson, who came up with the name for your necklace, and he won the necklace, which has an MSRP of $999.99.
I'm very jealous.
And he came up with the name of White Lightning, inspired by the lightning strike that my house took on July 3rd.
Oh, I was thinking something else. White Lightning.
You know, somebody else had that thought. Okay, so now I know two people that like moonshine.
Have you heard this accent?
I've never heard of that before in my life.
You've never heard it called that?
I've never even had moonshine.
Ooh,
the hardest I drink is a nice Pinot Noir. Anyway.
I don't drink.
No, she doesn't.
But congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations, Joel. So the name of this necklace is White Lightning. We got a lot of firsts. We have a first ever world premiere turntable.
Yes.
Of Bella.
Yeah. Charles Winston for Bella Luce. So I say let's go. We only have an hour and 3 minutes of shop time. This is the grand finale of this visit. Charles Winston for Bella Luce. And this little bauble that I have on my hand is the very first thing we're going to show. It is stunning. And you're going to see that there is an air of sophistication to the Charles Winston for Bella Luce jewelry. And there is also a feel of Hollywood, both old Hollywood and new, contemporary, classic, really glamorous jewelry. And even if you think your style is not glamour, ladies, there's a little bit of glamour in everybody. And there's going to be a lot of glamour on your hand if you own this.
This piece is absolutely spectacular, and if you don't think it looks real because it's so large,
I've
actually sold this in diamonds.
Yes.
I have made this. This is an exact replica of a piece that I did in diamond. The center stone is, I believe it's a 10 millimeter. I'm not sure. I think it's a 10 millimeter. Well, I call it it's my scintillation cut.
Yes.
But it is equal in size to a 5-carat square diamond.
Charles, I love you.
12 millimeters?
12 and a half.
12 and a half. 12 millimeter, which is equal in size to a 5-carat diamond, and then the triangles on the sides. Those are not trillions. Those are triangles, because the difference between a triangle and a trillion is a trillion has blunt edges. And anyway, 1 carat each. So you're looking at a 6.5 carat, 7 carat total diamond equivalent.
In diamond. And so, but I want to tell you, this is not the piece of jewelry that we were actually scheduled to begin this show with. This is not the piece that we were going to start the show with. And we were in the pre-show meeting, and I looked at our producer and our senior sales manager and director and everybody tonight, and I said, I want to start with this. You know, this is a ring, hand-picked, host pick. Ladies, I know you love our Bella Luce. So many of you are out there watching right now that shop Bella Luce all the time. The bands are wider. The gram weight is heavier. The setting is amazing. And the scintillation cut of this stone, let me explain this. We're going to come in close on the ring. And I want to show you, this is not a square cut. It is not a princess cut. It is a stone that is almost a double...
67 facets.
There you go. It's almost a double radiant cut. And the reason it's called the scintillation cut is because of the way the faceting is completed on this. And these are diamond cutters. These are gem cutters who are cutting and faceting and polishing these stones. The scintillation being so elevated by the facet design makes it look even more like a diamond than it would a genuine. There's no way humanly possible to determine whether this is a natural diamond or a Charles Winston for Bella Luce item. Somebody would have to have a diamond tester in their pocket.
By looking, you can tell. I got to tell you, over the years, I've had more and more of you email me and tell me the stories, how you went into that very upscale department store and they start offering you champagne when they see your jewelry.
Yeah.
Stylists. I even appeared on Days of Our Lives. And because they were all using my jewelry, they actually scripted me in. If you go to my YouTube channel, Charles Winston, then the number 3, you will actually see my segment on there from 2006. Anyway.
So we bring, and that's exactly what I said.
This is
Hollywood. This is glamour. This is beauty. But you don't, you know, and it's like I said, maybe you typically wear jewelry that's a little bit more subdued. I have handpicked this ring for you out of Charles's collection to say, try Charles Winston for Bella Luce. I want you to step out of the box, ladies. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you directly. I want you to step out of the box a little bit, go out on a limb, try something a little bigger, a little bolder, a little more glamorous. It is only $59.99. The stretch payment is only $19.99. And, of course, you have reduced shipping on this, so $2.99 only shipping. So what would it be?
Sizable.
It is sizable.
It is absolutely sizable. The price that we are charging is not indicative of the quality.
No, absolutely.
Once you start to learn the quality that I use,
a dozen more
and that
are
I put into my jewelry, it is the same level of quality that I put into my moissanite collection. It is the same level of quality that I put into my diamond
collection. Diamonds, yes.
In fact,
the same designer, guys. It's the same designer.
Most of my designs that I'm producing for my Bella collection are being used for my original diamond models. Most pieces I have at some point or another either made or was going to make the piece in diamonds. The beauty of diamonds and Bella is I can use the same mountings for the same stones. And
we have 20 more have just sold. Again, hand-selected for you. Begin with this piece. Try this. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee that you're never going to need.
Like it.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. $2.99 shipping on any item under $99. We'll do free shipping on any item over $99.
I actually, I hate to correct you, the Queen, but I believe, and Donald, maybe you could, because all weekend we had thought if you place one order and it comes out to over $99 and it was free shipping. So if you actually bought 2, we've been telling everybody that they would get the free shipping. Did that change?
It's orders of $99 and up.
Okay.
So not just an item of $99 and up, but it's orders
of... So if you pick this up and you get a pair of earrings or something, just write down the numbers and get 2 things at once. And
speaking of a pair of earrings, that's exactly what we have coming up next. Now, I want to tell you, what is the item number on these earrings, Donald? What number is this? 201 on the list. Okay. Call your sister, your daughter, your mom, your best friend, your coworker, anybody you know that loves jewelry, and tell them to tune into JTV right now. This is our final show. This is the grand finale for this visit with Charles Winston for Bella Luce. Charles has been designing multi-$1,000 finest in the world diamond jewelry for most of his career. That's really kind of your birthplace into the jewelry industry.
My first job, besides, I started in diamonds, and then my first paid-for job was collecting shopping carts at the grocery store by my house.
And thank goodness you did that, too, because you learned a lot about people and what they love.
Absolutely.
Working with the public.
Yeah. How to work hard,
which is important.
Work in the rain, but this next item coming up, it's a must-have. You just put this... I suggest getting several and have it as a stocking stuffer. You can't go wrong. This is my W gallery. So on all 4 sides of the undergallery, there's the Times Roman font W, which is my hallmark. I've got that on all 4 sides of the gallery. It is a 9mm round. So each of those stones is equal in size to a 3-carat diamond or a 6-carat total diamond equivalent weight for this pair. Take it away.
Lord says, I'm tapping my fingers. I'm excited to be watching. And Angela said, Nikki, I thought you were going to have a meltdown when you had to take off that Larimar ring. I know, but if I'm going to take off Larimar for anything, it's, Charles Winston for Bella Luce is the way to go. These earrings are $39.99, $13.33 on stretch pay. And let me take you on a tour of these also. And you said, Charles, of course, this is about, what, 6 carats?
6 carats total diamond equivalent weight for the pair. They're 9mm round, and they are equal in size to 3 carats each.
Now, when you see the setting of the earring, and I spin these around, Charles had mentioned the hallmark or the signature of what I call it the crossover double. You know what that means. But it's not like you look at these and go, oh, look at the W's. It has become an integral part of the design. And so when you see that, you know, jewelry experts are going to note that and recognize that signature in the jewelry, and they'll go, oh, my gosh, it's Charles Winston. She probably paid tens of thousands of dollars for those earrings. Look how white they are. There's not even a bit of color in those stones. There's no inclusions. Right. Look how clean. Look how amazing. This is it. It's time to shop. You could get that last ring and these earrings home for what? What was the stretch pay on that last ring that we just did?
$19. No, less
yeah,
than
$19. So for $33.32, you could get both of these home on stretch pay for the ring and the earrings, both these first two items of this show, and yet you are buying the finest of Charles Winston designs. Welcome to Jewelry Television. These are exclusive to you from Jewelry Television as our customer here on the air in the U.S., and exclusive to you. A lot of global debuts in the collection coming up tonight, a lot of special items, and because this is the wrap-up of this visit with Charles, I wanted to tell you that you can shop the entire collection if you want to play leapfrog and shop ahead of us. You just go to jtv.com.
You've got our permission.
And you type in Charles Winston Bella Luce, and it will bring up the entire collection, including the White Lightning necklace.
Now, be forewarned. Although you see a bunch of styles there online, the sizes are broken. Not all sizes are there, but most of my rings are sizable. And just because you see that they've got multiple sizes, some of them only have 1 or 2 or 3 left in that size. So if you like it, you need to pick it up. These earrings, though, are absolutely a must-have. This is the same size pair of earrings that my wife wears on a daily basis. She is either wearing her cubic zirconia or the Bella, or she's wearing my moissanite. She's wearing one or the other in the 9 millimeters at all times.
And in the Charles Winston for Bella Luce collection, I want to let you know that not only does Charles use the all fine white diamond Bella Luce jewels, but also there will be some color, the Exotica collection, some of the lab sapphires and rubies and things like that too. So it is a complete line of glamour and beauty, and we're so glad you're here. Like I said, invite others to shop and watch with you. We're already down to only 1 hour and 42 minutes of shop time. And I feel like we just got here 30 seconds ago.
It feels like that. You know, so much of my jewelry, if you have a daughter that is a pageant person, maybe whatever, my jewelry is constantly selected for pageants. In fact, it was featured in the last issue of a magazine dedicated to the pageant industry called Gladys. And the Gladys girls and a couple of them were all wearing my jewelry, and I'm going to start running advertising actually in that magazine.
Or if you are like me and a single mom of 2 and not in pageants, but you like to feel pretty when you go out to the ball game for your kids or you go to the grocery store, like these earrings, you put these I wear stud earrings all the time, and you put these earrings in, pull your hair in a ponytail, a little bit of lip gloss, sunglasses, yoga pants, your little jacket, you're ready to go because you have that glamour, you have that sparkle, that little bit of sparkle, and sparkle changes everything. And what is going to sparkle any more than a 9-carat or 9.60 carat Bella Luce earring? I mean, again, look at those from across the room.
I'd like to give you the diamond weights, and they would be about 6 carats total, or 3 in each ear.
It's beautiful.
If they were diamonds. Also,
the first ring that we just did, amazing. The scintillation cut that Charles referred to. We have not a lot of them left, but we have a few. The size what? The size 10 is about to sell out, but it's time to see just a smidge of color. We have lab-created sapphire, and remember that lab-created sapphire is the same chemical, optical, and physical properties as genuine sapphire, all surrounded by the white, what I call the white diamond Bella, in a ring. And boy,
and I'll tell you what, I mean, I want to tell. Some people think that when you grow cubic zirconia or when you grow a lab-created sapphire ruby, that it happens like overnight and it comes out. It takes months to grow the raw material, and then they grow it in a rough, it's almost like finding the rough material, just very large. And then we have to cut it and facet it. So we're growing the rough material in the laboratory, but it is corundum. It is sapphire. I have lab-created, or I like to call it lab-grown, because we grow it.
Yeah.
It's not just created, it's grown with love. But we have lab-created or lab-grown blue, which, by the way, the lab-grown blue is probably the most expensive of the lab-grown corundum. And the reason being is, on the rubies, I can use about 80% of the raw material. On the blue, I can only use about 30%.
Well, the 30% is pristine quality. Ladies and gentlemen, CWB022, sizes available 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Another one of the beautiful brand new items in Charles Winston for Bella Luce. That is a huge stone in that sapphire. This ring is only $99.99. It is on 3 separate stretch payments of only $33.33, and of course this is going to get free shipping. This one gets free shipping. It's $99.99, so free shipping. The stud style earrings, CWB014. Producer Donald is telling me to keep shopping, to tell you to keep shopping on those if you would like, because he's watching the quantity on those. There's maybe a few dozen left, but we will watch quantity on those. And, of course, those are going to match back to this ring. Because why? Because the ring has all of those white jewels set all the way around it. Charles, I love how you did the sort of the halo style of the gems that rise above, and instead of just putting this on a simple band, you went layer for layer.
No, absolutely. You're looking at about a 5-carat sapphire in the center, and it is a lab-grown sapphire. but it is a sapphire nonetheless. And then you've got about a carat's worth of diamond equivalent weight in the halo that goes around the stone, and then down all of the split shank. Now,
I want to say this also. Finding a sapphire that is this size in nature, if it were this color and this clarity, and that's an 11 by 9 millimeter oval, if it were this color and this clarity, this ring would be tens of thousands of dollars at least. So what I love, and I'm a sapphire girl, September's birthstone. This is September's birthstone, so we're already almost a week into August. Start thinking about that. But what a birthday gift you would make. But if you're a sapphire girl, you appreciate the fact that a lot of sapphires are going to have inclusions. The color is not going to be just so. Or the biggest problem is banding or zoning inside the sapphire.
Correct.
The sapphire's worse for it than even ruby or emerald. So there's no banding, there's no zoning. What you get by doing the lab-grown sapphire is you are getting perfection. And that is why so many jewelry lovers and so many jewelry enthusiasts steer toward the lab-grown. Now, natural sapphires are mined from the earth. Lab-created or lab-grown sapphires are grown by the jeweler scientists over time. But past that point, everything is the same. They have to be hand-selected, sorted for quality, cut, faceted, polished. Everything is the same. So you are getting the finest. And this is being done by the same jewelers and craftsmen that work for Charles and his other lines of jewelry.
Correct.
It's quality, 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 and only $33.33 to get it home. It is a free shipping item because it's a $99.99 price point.
Absolutely.
And there are 2 other pieces in the lab-grown that we have, or in blue, not in lab-grown sapphire, but in blue. We have a necklace that's coming up, and it says it's the Tanzanite-colored.
Right. That is a Tanzanite-colored cubic zirconia that I had grown, and it took me about 12 years to perfect the color of my Tanzanite CZ, which I now only do for Bella Luce in the United States. It is so incredible. You get the flashes of the purples and the magentas coming from it. My wife, I made for her for Christmas a gorgeous natural Tanzanite pendant that is circa 1979 Tanzanite. I mean, some of the finest material that ever came out of the earth. This matched it so perfectly. This and my triangle cut Tanzanite ring that we have in yellow gold plate. Everybody in my office and my family now owns that.
Yeah.
And the color of that Tanzanite so mimics a natural Tanzanite.
And because it's trichroic. Tanzanite is a trichroic stone. It displays blue, violet, and flashes of the rosé all at one time. And this is only $89.99 on 3 separate stretch payments of $29.99. And that is a diamond-cut, round, brilliant cut stone. It's a 10 millimeter. We have fewer than 100 available. Also still taking orders on the lab-grown sapphire. Now, while we were showing that lab-grown sapphire ring for $99.99 for the Charles Winston for Bella Luce, we actually had a couple of customers asking if you had ruby. We do. We're going to do it. We're going to do the bracelet, and then we're going to go ahead and do the ruby.
We have several pieces of ruby in tonight's show.
And then here comes the bracelet that goes along with this Tanzanite color. And the bracelet is CWB064. And do you know what?
What?
I have a Tanzanite bracelet that looks almost exactly like this that was given to me by the founders of JTV 7 years ago when I celebrated my 20-year anniversary in the home shopping industry. Seriously, my bracelet looks like so much like this, it's not even funny.
Well, this... probably a little more affordable.
This is well, mine was pretty affordable because I got it for free. It was a gift, but if anyone were to purchase it, it wasn't very affordable for them, right? This is very much more affordable. A beautiful Tanzanite color, once again, in the Charles Winston for Bella Luce. This is only $149.99. It is on 3 stretch payments of $49.99, and I like how you've alternated, actually, sizes in these stones.
So what I did is I alternated 4x6 millimeter ovals and 5x7 millimeter ovals in the Tanzanite color, and then there's a halo around each one with the white simulated diamonds. There's a total of 6 of the ovals.
Yes.
3 of them are 4x6 millimeter, which are equal in size to a half a carat Tanzanite. There are 3 of the 5x7s, which each are equal to a 75 pointer, and then you've got 108 1-point diamond equivalent weight stones throughout the rest of the bracelet for a total gem equivalent weight of 4.83 carats.
Wow.
Total gram weight 8.6 grams.
Yes. Beautifully finished. This has the box style clasp with the double flip over safety catch. So that is, of course, the clasps that are used on some of the most valuable bracelets in the whole entire world. It slides, locks like that, flip over on each side. I don't have to explain that too awfully much. You guys have seen these clasps before. It's very supple also, and I want to mention that because it's going to be so comfortable to wear. It literally just melds into your hand, and then it comes right back up in the full ribbon, and that's because each of the links are connected together. I want you to think about how many separate pieces of jewelry had to be cast just to create this one piece of jewelry.
And it's so time-consuming because each piece is cast, then they have to be polished. First they get filed, then they get emeryed, then they get a pre-polish, then they get a polish, then it gets assembled, and that's for each of the pieces.
Sure.
Then it gets assembled, and after the assembly, they have to file it, emery it, pre-polish, and polish once again. Then they start setting all the stones, and then it gets pre-polished and polished again, and then it gets a final buff, and then we put the rhodium plating on top.
That's a lot going on. That's a lot of activity.
But
you know
I
what
go
matters
through every
to me?
single step that I would go through if I was making this in genuine natural Tanzanite and diamonds and gold or platinum.
Yes. And ladies, at the end of it all, it's pretty. We promised a ruby, lab-grown, lab-created, same chemical, optical, and physical properties as genuine ruby. This is a debut item, first showing. This was saved for this show. It has not been seen. Both of these pieces, exactly, are debut items that have been saved for this show. So even if you've been shopping with Charles all weekend long, there are new and exciting elements to the program. If you want to pre-order on the lab-created ruby ring, then you can call now and ask about the price. I'm going to go ahead and do it because we only have 29 of the, there's only 29 of the bracelets left. Oh, speaking of bracelets, ask about this one. That bracelet is coming up. Look at those together. Wouldn't that be pretty together?
Now, that is the red carpet bracelet.
Yes,
that was worn this year to the Tonys in New York City.
This one was.
Yep.
Right here. So that is a literal red carpet bracelet style that is coming up. It's awesome. But now to the ring. This ring was saved for this show. First airing. We put this on me, please.
What
saved
you're looking
for
at,
this show.
5-carat center.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The center stone is a 5-carat solitaire debut item CWB074.
And then you've got a carat 68 of total diamond equivalent weight within the other 42 stones.
These are vivid red. Candy apple red. Absolute clarity. No inclusions, no imperfections, no banding, no zoning within the gem. You know, there was legislation put in place few years ago that Burma ruby could no longer be imported in the United States. And the problem with that is that 95% of the fine quality ruby we were seeing in jewelry was from Burma. Right. So what do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You buy a lab-created stone that's perfect.
They could do something else. They could rename the country.
Well, you go lots and lots and lots of carat weight, this glamorous ring. It is fire and ice, and this is even less expensive than the lab-created sapphire was. And thank you to all of you who have started pre-ordering. We had nearly 150 50 of these rings, Charles, and we just gave it a mention, and we're already down to 114. There's only 114 of these. It is a debut. It has never been seen before. Saved for this show at $79.99, and perfect is a word that I don't toss around much. I do not use the word perfect very often unless I'm saying, well, nobody's perfect. But this is as close to perfection as you can get. The stretch pay on the ring is only $26.66. 3 more just sold, 2 more gone. And the stones that Charles has used to surround this center stone are magnificent, but it's done in 2 rows, and you've done almost a mill grain effect coming through that. And I also want to show you the finished under gallery. Let's take an entire tour of this ring. Charles, well done, well done.
Thank you. A 9 by 12 millimeter oval lab-grown ruby dead center. You've got a total of 42 white simulated diamonds that start from a larger stone of 2.75 millimeter. There are 14 of those. There are 14 1.9 millimeter stones and another 14 1.75 millimeters. And then we bring it all together to the finished under gallery with the Hallmark W pierced out. I'm working on creating every new item in my collection to have a gallery like that, including earrings and pendants, so that when you take it off and you wear it, your jeweler will know it's Charles Winston.
Right, it's a collector's item, and of course, indeed it is. And so now we have signed Charles Winston for Bella Luce. Bella Luce is our top-rated collection of jewelry on JTV, fastest selling. I have purchased more Bella Luce jewelry on JTV over the last few years than any other collection of jewelry that we sell at JTV. We are down to only about 60 of these remaining now.
We just launched my Bella collection in March.
Yes.
Over 50% of the styles that are on the website have 4.5 to 5 diamond ratings.
Yeah, I've already had customers review those and rate those, and ratings of 4.5 to 5 diamonds, which is basically near perfect and perfect scores on the Bella Luce. In this ring, the size 10 is down to 3 only right now.
You better hustle. Everybody's on the phone. I guess you all decided to come to the party.
Yeah, and we only have an hour and a half of shop time left. This is the grand finale of this visit with Charles Winston's for Bella Luce, and all designs online. Of course, we're doing $2.99 shipping on orders under $99. We're doing free shipping on orders over $99. So you might want to get 2 or 3 select items and order them all at once. And don't forget, we also had those stud earrings at the beginning of the show.
CWB 004.
They're $39.99 only. They are on 3 stretch payments of $13.33. And you can add them to your order.
You should just add those to every order. I'm telling you, if you ordered like 4 pairs of those studs, you will find a home for them before the end of the year.
Everybody's going to want to take them from you.
You're going to be lending it out. You're going to be gifting it to somebody. You know, you just never know when you need that perfect gift. I want to just, really say hello to Mike Uhas. I'm also a Yankee fan, but now that I live in Tampa, I'm also a Ray fan, so. Thankfully, Tennessee doesn't have a baseball team, so I don't have to worry about that.
We don't?
You don't? You do?
My son. We have a minor league team. The
minor league counts, but not in the big leagues.
Well, I love baseball. I love baseball.
My cousin Lisa is one of the original first women writers for Baseball Weekly. And she's still in the business, still writes for them. And in fact, I keep, every now and again I'll bump into ball players, young and old. And they all know my cousin Lisa, so I'm real proud of that.
Oh, that's cool. Cool. I love that. I don't care. Any kind of sports. And
but she writes for the farm team.
And we were talking about glamour, and I like to wear glamorous jewelry to ball games. Some people just go, what is she doing? You're wearing glamorous. Your life, live it. Celebrate it. Decorate it.
This is, especially in the South, the women down here, they get all done up to go and get a cup of coffee.
To go do what?
To go for a cup of coffee.
No, I have coffee at home and then get gussied up and go, I don't know, walking in the mountains or something.
Is the show's
up with that necklace? My gosh.
If you want to own, and it's a limited edition, this is not when we show you this necklace, it's not a piece.
Why do I not own that yet? Why do I not own that necklace yet?
Because I haven't given you one yet.
Is that all that costs? I was expecting that to be so much more. You have no idea. We're doing that now. We're doing this necklace now.
When I gave the first piece away to be worn to the Tonys this year, this was worn by Julie James to the Tonys. Julie is with SiriusXM. She's one of the executive producers. And she wore this in a bracelet, and I actually have her picture posted on my Facebook page, Charles Winston Collection. In fact, I am tweeting Charles Winston. At Charles Winston is my Twitter account, and I'm also doing Facebook with you right now. It's Charles Winston Collection. So, sign in. Say hey.
Can I just leave it on?
Yes, you can.
Oh, my gosh. Another debut item saved for this show.
This is not only red carpet ready,
remarkable.
It's red carpet been there.
Well,
this year.
It's literally physically been on the red carpet. We have done a lot of Bella Luce necklaces. We've had tennis strands, graduated strands. We've seen Bella Luce necklaces for $200, $449, $749, $800. So we've had a lot of different prices, but I can tell you without any hesitation, this is the most significant Bella Luce necklace we've ever done. It is the most elite, has the most carat weight, 187.5 carats in the Bella Luce jewels, and they are Marquee, pear-shaped, and round. So the most cuts ever done in a Bella Luce necklace. And I'm going to spin this around. I want to show you something. This goes all the way around, ladies. So if you're wearing that updo or if you have short hair, as that goes around the nape of your neck, it's going to be so sexy, so beautiful. This is very limited and had not been aired until this moment. This is the debut. I've had it on, of course. I'm wearing it. That's the necklace I have on. I want it really bad.
But don't worry about it. I got you covered.
Don't worry about it.
What you're looking at here, though, I like to quote in diamond equivalent weight, the original piece was done by my grandfather in 1974, and it was 117 carats. My replica is in diamond equivalent weight, 117.21 carats.
Wow.
I got it really close. We have a grand total of 174 stones comprised of marquees, pairs, and rounds. The largest of the marquees are 6x12s, which are 2 carats each. There are 7 of those. You've got 5x10s. Those are equal in size for 1 carat each. There are 19 of those. This is a replica of a necklace that sold for over $1 million.
How much?
$1 million. In fact,
I want it to $1 million look.
When I had your girlfriend at dinner with us in Vegas,
I have a birthday coming up, Mother.
We posed for a picture in front of the family store going up there, and they have a picture of this necklace on the wall.
Over $1 million. This is $1 million look.
It's $1 million look.
$599. $599.
Now, this is not for everybody, but I can tell you, my director of social media, Catherine, is also probably the single largest private collector of my jewelry. Before she came to work with me, she had owned already 5,000 unique pieces of my jewelry.
Wow.
She'd been collecting it since 1997. She has a necklace that's more ornate than this from my collection, and she bought 2. And the way she said she wore it was she connected them and wore it with an open back gown and had it draped front and back. So, I mean, if you really want to go over the top, and if you can afford to spend $1,200 or really $400 would get both home, that would be going over the top. But this one by itself, you'll still look like royalty. We only have 12, 11. Nope. 10. I don't think. Oh, yeah, 10. 9. Now. Oh, boy. 9, 8, thank you, guys. 8 remaining. 8 remaining. I'm getting nervous now. This is not a piece that I'm going to bring back in stock more than maybe one more time. 7 remaining. This will be limited to less than 100 pieces globally. You will not find yourself coming and going. 6. There are just a handful of you that will get in on this, and then I'll go on to the next one. I make several statement necklaces a year. 5 left, Charles. Well, thank you. 5 remaining. 5 remaining only on the necklace. Now, I want to explain about paying. Of course, it's $599.99, and the stretch pay is only $199.99. And can you imagine if I did this in one of my other concept shows here, what this would cost? Oh, my gosh. $20,000. You can use your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. But also remember that we're doing no payments and no interest till March of next year on our store credit card, the JTV. We're 2 left, 2 necklaces left. The JTV Preferred card. Also, look at this ring that's coming up. That's an Eternity Band. That
with a
is
solitaire.
humongous.
Yes. 2 necklaces remaining only at $5.99. No payments till March on orders of $99 and up, and also free shipping on orders of $99 and up. $2.99 shipping on orders of $99 and below. First caller only now, and I believe we just sold it out. Next up, well, we're just going to keep going because there's so much
guys.
to see.
I love you too.
Thank
I really
you.
do. I made this one for you. I may bring it back. I may not, because I'm working on another really special.
What if we beg you really, really sweetly and do puppy dog eyes? Because I want this.
Maybe I'll bring back 10 or 15 or 20
tops. I want it bad. All right.
I'll make one for you.
Okay. Well, no, that's not fair. If you make another one, let them have it.
Okay.
You know how I am. I'm like, oh, mamma. It's like, you can have it. All right. Item number CWV028 is coming up next. We're going to get back into the white, bright, and sparkly. And this ring is white, bright, and sparkly.
Yes, it is.
And it's the largest eternity band I've ever seen Charles do. But right on top of it, the solitaire.
It's a 4-carat center, 10-millimeter round in the center. And the eternity band around it is made up of 4 millimeter rounds.
Yeah, look.
And each of those stones going around it are equal in size to a 1/4-carat diamond. So you've got a 4-carat rock in the center, surrounded by. How many are there in that? I mean, we could get.
Well, it's going to depend on what size you're getting.
Well, that's true too. But let's just say there's 10 of them. I think there's more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 in the size 6.
So in the size 6 is 13. So that would be 3 1/4 carats of total diamond equivalent weight in the band.
Yes.
Plus the 4 is 7 1/4 carats of diamond equivalent weight in the size 6.
$99.99. 3 stretch payments of $33.33 only. That is unreal. Under $100 for this. You get free shipping on this item. All sizes right now. It is already a stunner. And, you know, eternity bands without a solitaire on it, just a band like that alone should be $99.99. Eternity bands are one of the most expensive pieces of jewelry you can buy because it is not only on the top of the ring where the stones must be highlighted, but literally all the way around. It's almost like the best kept secret.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, if your hand is resting on your desk, if you're confused, if you're waving, if you're mad, all you see is gemstones from every direction. Do you know what would be awesome? If we would include this, the matching get out of here.
Get out of town.
This is, seriously.
When they them to be sold separate.
For all of you, the 26, 29 customers that have already ordered one, yes, we are including this. You get it too. This is the identical match to the band, less the solitaire. Those are going to nest
together. So you're getting about a 4-carat total diamond equivalent weight in the band.
Look at this.
Size 6.
So $99.99, you're getting both rings. That's only $49.99 a piece. $33.33 is getting this set home. That is beautiful. And I'll tell you, this is a quote wedding set. My foot. I'm not married. Don't plan on being ever again if I can help it. But
me too. But I am married, so I'm just going to stick with what I got.
For those of us who are single, ladies, we love to wear the solitaires. Also, you could wear this band on any finger. You could wear this ring on your right hand, left hand. It's 2014. You buy your jewelry, you make your own decisions. So don't think this is just for someone who is married, ladies, because it isn't. You could split the set up. You can keep it together. Maybe when you first got married with a simple band. Did you know that one of these days you were going to be wearing Charles Winston Sparkle as your wedding set? I bet you weren't going to be paying $50,000 for it, that it was only going to be $99.99. Well done. The stones are spot on perfection. You know I'm picky. I've looked at every stone.
No.
Same amount, no color. They are comparable to D-colorless flawless diamonds. This is the Bella Luce line, but it is Charles Winston Designs, and Charles has been creating the finest diamond jewelry in the industry for so many years and has now brought his talents and the talents of his craftsmen and his facilities to the Bella Luce collection, and that is why this is happening. And don't forget to add a pair of the earrings for $39.99 to this order and to every order once you get on the phone. Add the earrings in. Get those as well. We are under 100. We're down to 70 some of these. We had almost 200 of these sets a second ago, and we are down to only about 70 some remaining.
Thank you, guys. You are loving this.
Love it, and it is, absolutely. So can we please do...
And on the studs, there's substantially less than 100 of those.
Oh, yeah? I want to do, if we can, the pave band next, please.
That's what old McDonald said.
What? Yes, that.
You know he couldn't spell.
No.
How do you spell cow? C-O-W-E-I-E-I-O.
Oh,
okay.
Charles has jokes.
Never mind. You know one of the funniest commercials, though? The one that says, words can hurt, and you see the guy ride off on the horse, and he gets knocked off the horse by the end sign. I just find that to be the funniest commercial I've ever seen. But, okay, back to TV.
I've never seen it.
You haven't? Of course.
But you telling it's hilarious that you got so tickled.
The guy says, I'm meant to be alone. When the guy's got to be alone, he's got to be alone. He goes, yee-haw, rides off on the horse, and the sign comes up, the end, and then he gets knocked off. It hits him in the head. Okay, back to jewelry.
Wow, we're having way too much fun.
Well, you know, I mean, you have a girlfriend show. We can have our own little girlfriend show. And I'll show you my shoes. It's all about shoes and jewelry, I think. I think it's shoes and Bella.
It's all about shoes and jewelry. Girlfriend Friday, 8 p.m. every Friday with Misty and I.
I have become a shoe fanatic. I don't know what it is with me. In the last 6 months, I have bought more black loafers from...
Stop.
I can't.
Stop.
I can't.
Stop.
Okay.
Every pair of shoes you buy, you could be buying your wife more jewelry or making your wife more jewelry. That's all I'm going to say. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know how many handbags she's gotten recently?
Well, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
I found a great place for you. A little secret place.
Welcome in, everybody, on this Sunday night. My name is Nikki.
I'm Charles.
We're in the good company of Charles Winston, who has clearly been here all weekend. No, we're having a lot of fun.
I'll be back, by the way, on the 14th. If you're saying, boy, you know, I love your Bella, but I'm really hooked on the Moissanite, you should be. I'll be back August 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th for Moissanite before I leave for Sydney.
All right. Now, the ring coming up. By the way, that set that was just up, we are down to how many? We still have size 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, but there's only 30 left. So still keep calling. There's about 28 now. Size 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, but only 28 rings. Wow. So there's only a few in each size. And on my other hand, since we're talking about eternity bands...
This ring knocked it out of the park yesterday.
Well, there's just a little bit left in this ring, but I want to show it, Charles.
Over 412 stones based on size 7.
Over 412 stones that were hand-cut and hand-faceted and polished and set into this ring 400-plus times.
If I gave you the metal, and I gave you the stones, and I said, I'll even polish it and rhodium plate it, you just go have it set, I'll bet you that your jeweler would charge you between $800 and $1,000 to set this ring.
Gosh, boy,
that is all around. Now, by the way, normally a ring this wide, I would suggest ordering a size up. According to Misty, she put on the size 8 on her size 8. It is true to size.
It's true to size.
So,
and it's because it's concave and it rises up at the ends, and that's why. Because the only thing that's really coming close to contacting your finger is the center, which is more narrow like a regular band, and that's why it's true to size even though it's a wider ring. How's that little lesson in jewelry physics?
Thank you.
You appreciate that?
You know what? Even I learned stuff.
The gemstones, the jewels, all 418 plus of them are going all the way around this ring. It's amazing. The ring is beautiful. It does not stop sparkling. And it is impossible to make this stop sparkling. $149.99. This is on 3 separate stretch payments of $49.99. You'll get, free shipping on this. So there will be an opportunity on this one to have the free shipping. So free shipping. And, yeah, $149.99. We have fewer than 100 remaining of these, so fewer than 100 remaining right now. And I got to write this right here, Charles. Sorry. Thank you. And we even have a size 11. You could even, if you want to wear this on your thumb, if you want to wear it on your index finger, if you want to wear this on your middle finger, on your ring finger, if you want to be Miss Fancy Pants and wear that on your pinky. And I do suggest wearing a ring like this on one of your outside fingers, like a pinky or an index finger or thumb. And why?
Or a toe.
Because the stones go all the way around the ring, and when you have that outside finger, more of your finger is exposed. So the full coverage of that is going to be great. But I like it anywhere. It doesn't matter where you wear that.
For what I'm delivering here, again, I go back and say the price is not indicative of my quality. I am giving very special pricing to Jewelry Television because I really wanted America to be able to have my collection in Bella. I felt that you guys, there was literally over several million women that owned my jewelry from the past, and then I had sort of exited from that part of the business while I developed the moissanite, and I was getting so many requests, but I decided I'm going to bring it in very affordably so that everybody can experience it. It's better than it ever was before. The technology that we are able to use, we still hand cut every single one of those stones. Yeah. But the technology that we can use now to measure the exact precision of each facet has made it so that I now am getting truly what I'll consider a Charles Winston ideal cut on every one of those stones. I am cutting specialty cut stones that I've developed, and I'm getting the trademark for the name on the scintillation cut. Which was the ring we started the show with. And you will see that again throughout the hour. It's not just on one stone. Right. I use it in my cushions. I use it in my squares. Now, we are getting ready to take a very quick commercial break, but before we do, I want to give you a chance to pre-order on these bracelets. I want to let you know they are coming up. This would be stunning with the white lightning necklace. This is the Marquee and the round brilliant cut stones. There is a choice of a 7 or an 8-inch length. Is that what it is? Okay, we have this available in either a 7 or an 8-inch length. The carat weight on these bracelets over 20 carats. The 8-inch bracelet's almost 22 carats. They're already almost sold out. Now, you saw the necklace. The necklace was $600. It sold out. These bracelets are not $600. They are on stretch pay. They are on free shipping. During the whole visit with Charles this week, these bracelets have only aired one time. Now, we brought it in 2 sizes. That's what I was talking about. Sorry. I love you. Size 7 and size 8. But go ahead and call in on these. And keep shopping on that beautiful pave, Hollywood pave concave band. We're going to show you a couple of other things, like some of the exotic colors that we have. Charles, we're almost an hour done. We're almost halfway. I don't want it to be. Can we stay up later? Can we keep going? You know what? Can we just ride this pony out? I'll stay till midnight. Although I did change my flight to an earlier flight. Speak for yourself. My daughter has to start school tomorrow. Really? School? I have to get up at 6:30 in the morning. What month are we in? Plus, I got to drive an hour and a half home. School starts on August 4th. I promise you, I'm mad too. Don't get me started. When I first moved to Florida, they were starting school at August 12th. Look, they are moved closer. I guess a lot of Northerners moved down. I promise you, because they moved it up. My daughter starts school tomorrow, and stop talking about it because I've never said a bad word on TV before, and I don't want to. And I'm mad about it. I want to keep her home longer. I know. I'm going to buy myself some jewelry. Your daughter, by the way, is such a gem. Oh, thank you. Truly, I had the pleasure to meet her one time. You guys were at the airport the same time I was. Yes. And I think people thought that we were like a couple or something. From that posting. But anyway, by the way, I have a lot of requests. People want to see my shoes, so I don't know about that. I don't know about all that now. She doesn't want me taking my shoes off here, even though they're brand new now. Other people are shaking their head. Don't do it. Don't let him kid you. Oh, I see the hazmat outfits coming. He has on Power Ranger house shoes tonight. Don't let him kid you. I'm just kidding. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Here is some of that beautiful. Go ahead and grab that pendant. Remember the earrings. Where were the earrings? And Charles, that's also 9mm right there. Yes, and Charles has included the chain with that. It's only $49.99 on 3 stretch payments of $16.66. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. We have an hour left, hour and 5 minutes. We're going to tell you about our Jewel Safe program, and we'll be right back.
That's one way to keep your jewelry safe from harm. But there's a better way to assure your jewelry will always look its best. The Jewel Safe Protection Plan. Our on-site jewelers will repair your damaged jewelry or will replace it for free. And now, Jewel Safe covers loose gemstones and jewelry center stones, too. You can only purchase the Jewel Safe Protection Plan when you place your order. So make sure you ask when you buy. JTV's Enhanced Jewel Safe Protection Plan. Peace of mind for your favorite jewelry.
Life sparkles, and so should you. Now offering our friends an exclusive payment option, the JTV Preferred Account. Enjoy more of the jewelry and gemstones you love with a dedicated line of credit and exclusive benefits, including financing offers, sneak peeks on new items, no annual fees, plus special offers on purchasing and shipping. And as an added bonus, receive free shipping when you open a new JTV Preferred Card account. Ask your customer representative for details. The JTV Preferred Account. Let life sparkle.
It's a beautiful
Welcome back in, everybody. Look who's here. This kid, Charles Winston, is with us.
Dear friends.
Dear friends, dear friends. Incredible jewelry designer Charles Winston, who has been creating elite diamond designs, moissanite, and now Charles Winston for Bella Luce. Now, we have the bracelets that we previewed before the break coming up next. And speaking of bracelets, though, we want to give you something to look forward to. So, we're going to show you a power pick that's coming up later, but you can buy it now. It's a power pick preview. Watch this. 3 carats of diamonds and 14 karat gold, and it's only $1,400, and that's all I've got to say about that. Crazy! That's going to be at in the 10 p.m. hour tomorrow with my BFF Misty Mills, but that is also on 4 stretch pays of only $349.99. You can order those now. It's extremely limited. I think there's only 8 of them. Retail value $2,860. JTV price $1,399. So less than half of retail, plus 4 stretch payments. So that's good.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Speaking of bracelets, these babies are coming up now. We have your choice of the 7 and the 8-inch bracelet, beautiful with the necklace that we had, or maybe one of the Bella strands that you've purchased, rings from earlier. It's all going to look good. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I'm going to drive y'all nuts. I'm going to put a ring on that's coming up after the bracelet.
Hollywood.
This is
look out. She's stepping out.
Glamour. But you can take your glamour anywhere. You don't have to be... Listen, do you really think I spend a lot of time on the red carpet? Yeah, no. A lot of time at the ball games, the ball fields, baseball, basketball, football, cheerleading practice with my daughter, you know, going to the grocery store, going to the lake with my kids and friends. You know, I don't spend a lot of time at red carpet affairs, but I spend a lot of time wearing red carpet looks because it makes me feel good. Ladies, wear your jewelry to work and you'll see your cube mates at work go, where did she get that? Why does she have a new piece of jewelry every week? Make them wonder and do it fabulously. Like this bracelet, I cannot believe these are under $200.
Is that amazing that you hit that number?
That is so good, yes. The gram weight on these bracelets, 18.90 grams. And we previewed these before we went to break, Charles. We had about 30 of each.
It's 18.9 grams on the 8-inch version. It's actually a little over 16.5 grams in this 7-inch version.
Okay, and 20 to 22 carats, somewhere falling between 20 and 22 carats of the Bella Luce jewels, $199.77 on 3 stretch payments of only $66.59. And that ring on my hand is a launch, global launch, saved for this show that's coming up next. But I'll tell you, before we went to break, we had about 30 of each of the bracelets. We just checked these. We have 13 left in the 8-inch bracelet and 14 left in the 7-inch bracelet.
Wow.
So, yeah, 2/3 of the quantity basically has sold while we were on break. Now, some of you ladies may have been waiting for Charles and I to come back in on these, and we will come in close. They're exactly the same. The only difference is the length. That is the only difference. And, Charles, I love the use of the round and the marquee stones in this, the cluster.
So it actually goes really well with the necklace that just sold out. Well, not just sold out, pretty much about a minute after we showed it. But this is using a combination of 3x6 marquees and 2mm rounds.
And the rounds are bezel set, so
yep.
So beautiful.
So it actually gives them a look of appearing even larger than they are.
It sure
so
does.
Each of those rounds are equal in size, so about a 3-pointer, and the marquees are about a 1/4 carat each. You're looking at 12.5 and 13.5 carats total diamond equivalent weight, 7-inch, 8-inch.
And these are the largest bracelets in the collection of Charles Winston for Bella Luce currently. And Charles, now we are down to only 11 remaining in the 8-inch bracelet, 10 remaining, 9 in the 8-inch bracelet, 8 in the 8-inch bracelet, 9 in the 7-inch. We're in single digits on both lengths. Single digits on both lengths in the bracelet this minute. Welcome in. We are getting ready to begin the Power Hour, our final hour of Charles Winston for Bella Luce for this visit. And to answer a question, this is the canary yellow.
Yep.
We have canary yellow coming up. We have cognac on the way. And I don't mean consumable.
This is, by the way, the first 8-inch bracelet that we brought into the collection. So if you...
So Charles paid attention.
Yeah, we do listen. We do listen to the request. So if you need the 8-inch bracelet, this is the only 8-inch bracelet I have in my Bella collection so far.
And there's only 6 more. There's only 6 more of them. So please call fast. I'm going to put these on. Let's see. We're going to test this out. I already have one on my other arm. I actually have the 8-inch bracelet on the other wrist. So I'm going to put the 7-inch bracelet on. if I could be...
You know the other thing?
What?
It's amazing that we brought in 2 different lengths, same price.
Yeah, the same price.
Because normally, I mean, there is a cost. There's more metal, there's more stones, there's more labor, there's more setting, there's more assembly, there's more everything, and we're giving you the extra inch. If that's what you need, no extra charge.
We only have 4 left in the 8-inch bracelet and only 6 left in the 7-inch bracelet. So 4 and 5 in the 7-inch bracelet, 4 in the 8-inch bracelet. We have 9 bracelets remaining total. Okay, let's start talking about this ring because this ring is a global launch from Charles Winston.
Absolutely. Everything you're seeing at show is the bracelets.
Well, this weekend, but some of these pieces were saved for this show.
Yep.
And this next ring is the actual global launch of this, the very first airing. And it is CWB054, and it's the ring I've been wearing throughout the airing of the bracelet. If you got the necklace, if you got the bracelet, the combination that Charles has done with the Marquee and the round, he has surrounded a 12 by 10 millimeter oval in the finest of cutting and polishing in these white diamond Bella jewels. And then the Marquee and the rounds around it, details on the side. It is one of the signature pieces. So it is signed with the Charles Winston W for the collectors out there. And that ring, I was assuming because you used such a large oval stone, Charles, that this was going to be another one of the rings at $149 or $169.
No.
Right, well, I found that out because in the pre-show meeting with producer Donald and their senior sales manager Barb, we were looking at this, and I looked at the list, and I was like, have they marked this down? Is that stretch band? I saw debut first airing. I'm
telling you, I'm giving you guys phenomenal prices.
Really, this is an incredible launch price of under $100, not just under $200. Take a look. Brand new. You're the first customers to ever get to collect this piece from Charles Winston. CWB054.
Rounds. Oh, the center's an oval, rounds and marquees going around in that elegant Hollywood halo. Ooh, EHH, elegant Hollywood halo.
And this is only $87.50 on 3 separate stretch payments under $30 per payment. So $29.16 plus $2.99 shipping will get this home. In 30 days, $29.16, and in 60 days, $29.16, you're done. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you are not satisfied, you can return this jewelry. I doubt we'll ever see any of it back. I'm going to take you on an even closer tour of this, and we will see the details. And by the way, on the bracelets that were just up, there are 2 8-inch bracelets and 1 7-inch bracelet remaining.
Oh, wow.
2 8-inch bracelets.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 2 8-inch bracelets, 1 7-inch bracelet remaining. Now, there's more to this ring than just that beautiful Hollywood halo. There is also a wonderful lineup of the split band on the side that Charles did with some almost micro pave set rounds. And then underneath is the signature, and this is the collectability of the piece. This indicates straight up and down that this is an original Charles Winston design. And the carat weight is awesome, 1152. That's going to give you, what, about 6 or 7 carats in diamond weight, and the price of under $88. Insane. Call now. Get this now. Bracelets, the 7-inch bracelet.